you may not remember, but I remember you. The last time I saw you, I had to scream and leave. You were letting the black Americans stay, and you were ejecting me as an African.
I've never seen you before.
I've seen you before.
All right.
Okay? So there's a pattern with you. You let the black Americans stay, and you were ejecting me as an African. And now, today, you came at me again. So let me have your badge number. There's something going on. So you let the last time I was screaming, I have you on video.
Taking pictures of this.
Yeah, of course.
Taking pictures of this.
No, that's not the problem. The problem is you picking on certain people. The last time I saw you, I remember in this station, you were letting the black Americans stay.
All passengers must exit.
No, but you don't enforce your rules uniformly.
All right, just step off.
Okay. So let me have your badge number.
No problem. You can get
Okay.
me off the train.
Yeah, let me have all your badge numbers.
All right.
Because you can't do that. That's illegal. That's racial profiling. So I'm going to meet you in court. Okay? I have anemia. Can I have your card, your business card?
Yeah, I'll give it to you, but you have to go that way still, though.
I'm sorry?
You still have to exit, though.
Yeah.
That's fine.
You're not professional. You have to give me a business card. Give me your business card.
All right.
Okay? You're not professional, and and you can be arrested. I have anemia. I don't feel too good, and you can't be doing this. You were letting the black Americans stay the last time. Okay? Let me have your badge number also. Because something is wrong with y'all, and y'all will go to prison. All this African hate with your Eric Adam, y'all need to stop. So they've started again. No. Today, I was going to send an email to Senator Mandani. I was explaining to him Eric Adam is racist towards Africans, and I recorded a 1-hour video. So they said this Eric Adam, he has, no, I have to take the elevator, sir. You can't do that. I need to take the elevator.
Sir,
I'm a female, not a son. I need the elevator.
there's no elevator.
No, there's an elevator here, sir. No, this is Flatbush. You have an elevator. Yes, you do. You do.
Sir, there's no elevator. You have to exit.
You have an elevator. I have a disability, and you can be arrested for discriminating against me. Okay.
Go that way. Thank
I need the elevator. I have anemia. I feel dizzy. I need the elevator. There's an elevator in this station. I come all the
you.
time.
Think that's fine.
There's an elevator in this station, and you're very racist toward and xenophobic. There's an elevator.
Sir,
Flatbush having us no more elevator.
There's no elevator here.
And stop calling me, sir. There's an elevator here.
there's no elevator.
Could you ask the station manager?
Asking. We're already asking.
Okay, you're very rude, and you're going to go to jail. You're a rude person. You're calling me sir, and you're not above anybody as a black American. You're going to go to jail. But I believe you're picking on people, for being African, and shame on you. That African belongs in jail. Zadamia, I hope he wins. Shame on you. Can I have your badge number? You rude, ignorant soul. You ignoramus. You hateful black American towards African. Shame on you. Shame on Eric Adam. You're backward. African hater. You and Eric Adam, you're backward. You're lying. You're lying, corrupt soul. Shame on you. You all belong in jail. African hater. Self-hating black. African hating soul. God damn you. And I have anemia. I was sending an I was actually going to email Mandani. I was going to send him a 1-hour video that this Eric Adams, since he became mayor, I've been getting jumped by black Americans, getting punched, and when I call the police will tell me, we don't believe you. Maybe you need to go to medical to go get a medical treatment in the psychiatric hospital. So and I sent an email to the judge handling his case. That this Eric Adam is a black American picking on Africans like me. Since he became mayor, they said he would send his police to arrest Africans selling stuff on Canal Street. And there's a guy suing him, the former police commissioner on the Ricardo. I think his name is Thomas Tolan or something. He said, they are arbitrarily enforcing laws. It's quality and life control team. They're arbitrarily enforcing laws. They just, and he said he was trying to, they were enforcing laws in a corrupt way. And he said then the Black Americans police were threatening him. He was a white guy, that they were going to assassinate him. So I was sending an email to Mandani. I was about to send an email to Mandani, but I recorded a 1-hour video in Brooklyn. And as I was recording this video, the police were surrounding me. It was very intimidating. Then the video I recorded, some of it wasn't so clear, so that's why I didn't send it. So it's like they're just trying to provoke me so I don't send an email to Mandani. I told him this Eric Adams needs to be investigated and some other crimes he committed. So this is why they ambushed me tonight. And they wouldn't give me the badge number. So this Eric Adams, I know he's going to be out of office, but they say stand no chance to win the re-election. He's an African hater, but I want him to end up in chains. So they say he has the Black American Police Mafia. He's the head of the Black American Police Association. And anytime I say anything about him, the Black American Police are harassing me. They used to come and harass me at Tiger Store on Greenwich. Then soon after I was arrested, that time they were saying, Biden administration last year was saying they were about to arrest him because he was found to be collecting bribery from the Turkish government. So I have anemia and they won't let me take the elevator. I think they're just trying to provoke me to arrest me and kill me. So, they're having a Black American woman, she was wearing all red. The train force went to Harlem, 110th Street. See, you're gonna be killed, motherfucker. You're gonna be killed. Who do you think you are? And she came around me cursing. So they're having the Black Americans jump people. This Eric Adams is a criminal. And for interfering with my civil rights, I was about to send an email to Mandani early this morning. I recorded a video, 1-hour video, and the video wasn't so clear. So that was why I was like, oh my goodness, I'm just going to record it later today and send it to him. Today is August, I believe today is August 5, 2025. So before, so they actually want me hurt. There's a lot of gang members here that always jump me in this neighborhood. So, they arbitrarily enforce the laws. I'm sure they left some Black Americans left on that train. And that Chinese guy is one of their buddies that will leave Black Americans on the train. It's only me, it goes after. And I spoke with their Indian supervisor and he said it's okay, they let everybody ride back and forth. So they are arbitrarily enforcing the laws against me as I'm trying to file a complaint against Eric Adams. They say a lot of the state legislature are Black American. I've been sending videos to Stuart Cousins that this Eric Adams needs to be removed from office, and I've been sending videos to on Instagram. I believe either to Stuart Cousins or the one of the legislature guys. I think his name is Chisto. I don't know if I sent videos to Stuart Cousins also. So and also I've been sending videos, messages to the city councilmen. Also, and none of them is helping me. They said the state legislature is being controlled by Black Americans and the city council is being controlled by Black Americans. So they're weaponizing their ethnicity to bully people. So they have Black Americans jumping Africans with their police and a white police officer that went to investigate what is going on. They said they would send their police to Canal Street and beat up Africans selling bags. And the white police commissioner, I believe his name is Thomas Dolan, he said he wants to investigate it. They said some of the Black American police working for Eric Adams were threatening with assassination. So they have no right to be lying and trying to get me angry. There's an elevator here, and I'm not their slave. And they arrest that Black woman and Eric Adams. They have an elevator, and they were lying. And I tried to ask the station manager where the elevator is. They have an elevator here. I have anemia, and it's going to be very hard for me, So they're punishing me as a Nigerian. They need to arrest this low-life riffraff. They disgrace to their ethnicity. They need to arrest them. They're riffraff. They said this Ricardo must trust the police department, and he needs to be arrested under state law, federal law, and international law. So they're having black Americans jump people on the subway. They don't let me use the bathroom. When I try to use the bathroom in this station, they go and lock the door to the bathroom. Or they won't give me the key. They won't open the door. They said they only want to fellow black Americans use the bathroom. So this is wrong. Excuse me, does this station have an elevator or not? This station has an elevator, right?
Elevator?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't work here?
No, I don't work here.
Oh, okay. It has an elevator. He might not know because he doesn't work. And there's no way those police officers don't know. And I told them that the station manager. So, they purposefully made me get off. That shows their bias, and I'm going to contact the Inspector General, the Department of Investigation, arrest that Chinese guy. I think he's a secret agent of Eric Adams. The last time I came and he was here, he told me to get off the train and let the black Americans lay down on the train. So this is the second time. They need to put him in jail. This is not China, and they can go create a black American republic next to China. I don't care. So that Chinese guy, I think, is Eric Adams' subservient. Whatever they got going on, he always gives the black Americans privilege, and it's me he always goes after. So he's lying. This is second time too many. Jumaane Williams, you have to help me. Against the black American mafia, they used their thugs to attack me, pick me up, and there was a time they were beating me up on Atlantic Avenue near 2021, as soon as Eric Adams won the mayor. And I ran into a store near the Atlantic Avenue basketball stadium, and the kids that were beating me up followed me to the store, bashed the window to the store, and the white guy panicked and called 911. He told me to hide in the store. And when the police came, they won't take a report. So this Eric Adams, they said he's a rebel. He's one of the NYPD captains of the NYPD Transit. And his family friend, Eric Garner, was trying to help me on Staten Island, and they choked the family friend dead. And they gave the Eric Garner family money. They said this Eric Adams support them. So I guess it's just matter. I, as an African, his family friend was trying to help me, and the person that killed his family friend, why can't his police kill me also? So they said there's a Section 8 that they're supposed to be giving people on the street. They said this Eric Adams blocked it. And they had to sue him in court. And the court told him he has to give Section 8 to people on the street. He said he doesn't want people on the street to get Section 8. So they've been blocking me from housing. And immediately I applied for food stamp. They didn't want to give it to me. The black Americans at the food stamp office would be spraying me with air freshener. Then they went and removed my picture from the food stamp card. Because I'd been arrested by the police and they stole my green card, so I don't have any valid photo ID. But the Biden administration last year said it should be giving food stamp to us foreigners, even if you don't have a status. I have a green card, but it's stolen. So I went and applied for the food stamp card in November last year. And as soon as I applied for it, they were supposed to give it to me in the mail. They said they were going to send it to the mail. They took my picture. I didn't get it in the mail. Then I waited. Then by December, I went back to the office, and they printed me a food stamp card without my picture. I said, why don't you have my picture? I said, change the rule on you. While you are waiting for it in the mail, we change the rule that no more picture in the food stamp card. And without a valid photo ID, you can't get anything done. So they withheld my tax refund, COVID tax refund since 2021. So I have to bring a photo ID to get it. So now they said, they're going to use my tax refund. So they're going to seize it because I didn't come and get it. So they think I don't need it. So they're going to use it to offset my student loan. So since 2021, I couldn't get my COVID tax refund because I don't have a photo ID anymore. They stole my green card 2019. They used to send their police to attack me in the bathroom, and they finally arrested me and locked me up in the psych ward. So I was going to use my food stamp card as my ID to go cash my tax refund. And I think this Eric Adams must have heard about it. They said he has spies in the police and everywhere in this city. It's like a warlord. It's like a black American warlord running this place like a jungle. They say he collects bribery from Turkey and everything, and Biden was trying to lock him up, but Trump saved him. Because I criticized Trump a lot, so I think Trump felt he was going to need Eric Adam around just to taunt me, because I always criticize Trump online for human rights abuses. Even the federal prosecutors resigned. They said there's too much evidence against Eric Adam. Why does Trump want to dismiss the case? And Trump said he needs Eric Adam for special immigration work. They say it's not an immigration officer, you know. And the judge, I wrote a letter to the judge that they shouldn't dismiss the case against Eric Adam, you know, but the judge still dismissed it, you know. So, you know, but it's the Department of Investigation, you have to investigate this Chinese guy. The last time I came here also, he sent me out and he left the black Americans on the train. And today I was on the train, the half comes on the train, and the black American guy came and sat next to me, and he was talking to me. He said, he was asking what country I was from, you know, and so I guess, you know, and due to the fact that I was also trying to contact Senator Mandani, who this Eric Adam is. He's an African-born, Ugandan, Indian, who's not a U.S. citizen and is leading the mayoral post. They say, here's this Mandani, you know, because Eric Adam made a statement that, you know, we foreigners, we don't belong on January 20, 2020. He said he made a statement that we foreigners, you know, that we outsiders, we don't belong in New York. That New York is for real New Yorkers. So we're trying to change their speech, you know. And they used to harass me, the person used to harass me near his office. As soon as my mother's doors came, my mother in 2015, I used to go to the train station in his office to use the bathroom there for customers. You know, and the person comes to the bathroom and kick me out. You know, so I'll go in front of Eric Adams' office. Borough, it was the borough president in 2015, 16. I said, please stop discriminating against me in New York. I said, in Ohio, a Nigerian just became mayor in the town there. And I said in Iowa, they are letting undocumented immigrant get driver's license. I said, can you please stop discriminating against me in New York and be more acceptable? Then soon after that, the police kept attacking me in every battle my youth. Then soon after that, 2019, July, they arrested me. They had a guy jump me. The guy was pulling my hair on Bay Ridge and 4th Avenue, you know, on July 20, 2019. It was close to Eric Garner's death anniversary. Eric Garner was killed July 17, 2014, at the same place where I met Eric Garner the same year, and I gave them call because to give me police. So every year around his death anniversary, the police would try to kill me also. You know, and I started, and this Eric Garner would front me, one of the head of the police, and he knows the Eric Garner family. So it's like he wants me dead also, I guess, you know, to make sure we Africans are beneath them. As a black American, you know, I said it's the Spanish police to beat up Africans selling things on Canal Street, and they deny me I can't even use the bathroom because it became mayor. When I can't use the black Americans for London, they only put it up for the bathroom doctor for the fellow black American. And then this Chinese guy is also helping coordinate. There was an Indian guy, when the black American was trying to kick me out and leave their fellow black Americans on the train, this Indian guy, the sponsor, said, no, you can't do that. He told me to get back on the train, you know. So they are arbitrarily enforcing the law. And today, in order to punish me and drive me mad, you know, they won't let me use the elevator. This is an abuse. They treat me like an animal. You know, they won't let me use there's an elevator in this station. So, Department of Investigation, I heard this Eric Adam is helping cover up rape, alleged rape, by his fellow black American officer and his friends. So the Department of Investigation locked that woman up. Whoever gave her the audacity that, you know, that this is their town, that the whole New York is their jungle, and they treat me like, you know, we're in the jungle and no rule applies. I was in Harlem 110th Street, and this one was wearing all red. Said, motherfucker, you're gonna be killed, motherfucker. You know, who do you think you are? Was coming close to me. Was wearing red shirt. Then by the time the train got here, the mafia police jumped me and told me I can't use the elevator. I said there's no elevator. I said, so lock her up. Because I have anemia. Start locking up these idiots. So they will know America's not a jungle, the world's not a jungle, and whatever problem they have with Africans selling people into slavery and white people into slavery, they need to address it in the court. Because this is just crazy. And it's, you know, it's making comments also, this Eric Adam. And even I shot him in the comments on Saturday. He said, you think you're righteous? You're not righteous? they're coming for your neck. And they're all, on Saturday. And since Saturday, it does a show at 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. National Network. It's, our shop is close with the Oregano family, and it's close with Eric Adam. So they issued threat to me on that show. They know I listen to that show. I've been under FBI surveillance since I was arrested by the immigration when my mother brought me in 2000. So I didn't. I had a visa, but the immigration said, my visa wasn't good. That children are not supposed to be in America with their parents, which was a lie. I was a minor child. My mother had the green card, and had the I-551 stamp. So some of these black Americans are not, abusing me because they know I've been through so much in this country. I don't have the energy to fight. My mother's daughter is on drugs and killed my mother, lied on my mother. My mother is crazy. As my mother was asking her time, my mother said that daughter, Bolani, was poisoning her food. So some of these black Americans know I don't have any support, and they're bullying me as an African. So Department of Investigation, you need to investigate our shouting. You issued a threat on Saturday. Today's Tuesday, August 5, 2025. So Monday is August 4, Sunday is August 3, August 2, 2025. On his, he has a podcast of that show on YouTube. And he was saying, you're not righteous, they're coming for your neck also, and the whole crowd was clapping. That shot always used to trust on me. So I think they were looking for an excuse to choke me. So the Department of Investigation arrested that black American police for attempted murder, and that Chinese, he's been working with them. Anytime he sees me, him and the black American police tell me to leave, the black Americans can stay. He did that the last time. So please, and Alvin Bragg in Manhattan, it's a black American also close our shop team. It wouldn't help me. I've been contacting Alvin Bragg, saying my mother's daughters, Bolani and Shura, one of them is on drugs. My mother went to live with them after the police took me and my mother's home on Staten Island. And my mother said they were jealous that I'm trying to get money. Me and my mother are trying to get money. Since the police took me and my mother's home on Staten Island wrongfully. So my mother said the one of that daughter was feeding her drugs just to get my mother to have a heart attack and die, so that she can get the money instead of my mother through inheritance. And then my mother said back to New York to come to Bellevue Hospital. And said that my mother said that daughter also showed up days later in the hospital. My mother was wondering, how is this daughter able to get a location? So my mother was suspicious of that daughter because she's part of the narcotic gang. She's thinking maybe the narcotic gang has some kind of affiliation with the police, and and they were able to trace my mother through illegal means because when you're in the hospital, nobody's supposed to be able to infiltrate your medical records and know your location. And said those doors came to the Bellevue Hospital to arrest my mother while she was in the cardiac unit ICU. And they lied on my mother, she's crazy. And they told the hospital to lock my mother up in the cycle. I said that the hospital said, as they were trying to lock my mother up, my mother died. So they got my mother so angry. My mother was telling those doors came to the hospital to provoke her, but just want her dead. So this guy, Alvin Bragg, couldn't help me either. He was the Eric Garner's lawyer. For the family, they just want me to die also, so that they don't want an African to look better than them. And this is savagery, and they're attacking me on the train, threatening me with death. And I shot issued a threat on a Saturday show on 107.5. Say you're not righteous, they're coming for your neck also. So they've already choked me, and I guess they're saying they're going to choke me again. So they're always trying to incite violence against me. If I try to use the bathroom, they would have the black Americans and even the higher Indian worker in the Staten Island Ferry area, South Ferry, to come and be knocking on the door when I'm using the bathroom, calling the police on me. So they can't turn these Americans to a jungle where black Americans are begging for slavery and taking us Africans. They don't really remove any black American. There's a lot of black American homeless. I don't see them coming outside. So that means it's only me they're picking on. I don't see any black American. They just selectively enforce the law, and there's cameras that sit into that train. So how come no black American homeless is being outed? There's a lot of black American homeless that sleep on that 2 train. So they just selectively punishing me, especially since early this month, 12 a.m. of August 5, 2025. I recorded a message. I was going to send it to Senator Mandani, the assemblyman for Queens. But that message was like 1 hour long, And some of the audio wasn't clear. So I was like, I'm just going to record it later. You know, I told him everything I said right now. I told him that he needs to help me investigate Ricardo. You know, they messed with my right to get food stamps. Well, messed with my right to get ID. I even went to the office of ID. And there's a law, Biden signed that law last year that if you have food stamp, you can just get a city ID. Even there, Ricardo said, you know, if you have food stamp, you can just get city ID. And I took my food stamp card to the ID office, NYC ID, and they told the police up to remove me. Said, you know, I don't have enough document. I'm like, I have my food stamp card, I have proof of my green card status, I have, you know. So they are right. So they have these people that they're supposed to be like mental health, homeless outreach, and you know they're wearing orange, and it's me they bother. I don't see them in any Black American train. There's a lot of Black Americans on the train, homeless, and they let them stay. So they're arbitrarily harassing me. So the point of investigation, you know, the last time the police arrested me while this Ricardo was the borough president of Brooklyn and was cheering them on, and they choked me. I contacted the point of investigation, and I believe this Ricardo is so powerful. Y'all came to the psychiatric hospital and they said y'all left, you didn't see me. And when I called you back, you said the doctor said, you know, I shouldn't have any visitors. Other people were having visitors. And I you know, so I don't know why, you know, you can't investigate a hostage taking why you need a doctor's permission. Even when you arrest criminals in the hospitals, you always go there. Even if the criminal has a wound, you know, you always go there to talk to the criminal and stuff. You know, and you know, y'all never got back in touch with me after I left the hospital. You never followed up. I said I was kidnapped off the street of Brooklyn and choked, and they stole my green card, the police, and wouldn't return it. And you defined of investigation, you didn't help me. I arrested this police officer. I have the video. So now they're doing much worse. Our chapter said somebody's going to get choked. See, the person's not righteous. So I'm a transsexual Nigerian, you know, and people were clapping on the show. So they always use that show to issue threats to me. You know, so this is crazy. I'm having Black Americans bullying me, you know, and they're just looking at me because they know, you know, someone like me even, you know, I shouldn't even be alive. It's not for the grace of God. I went from immigration prison to my mother getting killed to suffering so much eviction, but I always post positive message online that one day I'm going to have my TV show, I'm going to use my story to inspire people, and the Black Americans will be punching after I say that, you know, beating me up. So they don't want to see Africans succeed in this country. You know, they believe, you know, we're coming to take their benefits away, you know, and this is an ethnic war. You know, if every ethnicity is attacking other ethnicity like this country will be a civil war. So before this explodes, please, you have, you know, they don't let me take the elevator. I'm dizzy, I'm a Nigerian, I have a medical issue. They told me I can't take the elevator, so I have to take the staircase. So as an African, the Black American police don't let me take the elevator. There's an elevator here, and they're lying. So I rushed down, so I endangered my life. There was a time I was taking the staircase and I fell down. You know, I have anemia. You know, so I rushed down, so I endangered my life and terrorized him on the subway. A Black American that was terrorizing people 2 years ago on the subway is now serving life in prison. He didn't kill nobody. He said he had a gun with them, and he was menacing people. So this that police woman is arrested. I don't know who she thinks she is, with a gun terrorizing me with a Black American gang. With Al Sharpton issuing a statement that somebody's going to like is ordering these people, the Black American police, to try to choke me within this week. You know, so you can see more powerful. So they always I always follow their broadcast, and they said that a lot of them have FBI snitches. There's even a former beauty commissioner that's been arrested also, or about to be arrested. Said this Ricardo has snitches in the FBI, and anyone the FBI is surveilling, they're telling Ricardo if he knows that, you know. So said this Ricardo obviously was his friends. If they're under FBI surveillance, you tell them that, you know, it's hard around you, hide your phone. They tell you, so this beauty commissioner has been arrested, was under investigation by the FBI and the state agency for bribery also. So it's been snitching on Ricardo. So they said I guess him and Al Sharpton have snitches in the FBI. You know, and this is not right. So they're allowing people to be breaking the law and issuing threats that they're coming for your neck also. And since then I've been getting jobs, and they said this Ricardo said if you're locking up homeless up in the psych ward. They said in Brooklyn the police has been killing many blacks under the guise of wanting to take them to psych ward. If anybody can Google NYPD killing blacks in Brooklyn by trying to take them to psych ward. A Caribbean woman said they did it to her child a few years back. She lives in China. She said her child actually has a mental illness. And so she called 911 to tell the police to come take her child to the hospital. She said the police showed up. And I think she alleged that the police just shoot the child dead. They weren't even trying to help the child. She alleged that. So she said she will never call 911 again. You know, so this is what they're doing in Brooklyn. You know, I heard someone in Brooklyn, they put the heat on me. You know, and this I actually said on Saturday, August 2nd, 2025. It's the broadcast on YouTube. On YouTube, it's called the National Action Network Morning Show. You know, I have anemia, so they just want me to trek to the next station. And, you know, and walk up the staircase. You know, and they have some gang members that bother me here. I don't even know my way around. I don't see too good at night. So this is abuse of power. And I tell them I have anemia. That's why it's very hard for me to get up. If you're anemic, you know, and you have to make accommodation. So that's barbaric. They just arrest her for hate crime. And she doesn't understand English. You know, like George Floyd killer. George Floyd was telling them he can't breathe and they choked him dead. And the judge didn't care. The jury didn't care whether they understand his English. And the white guy said he didn't understand George Floyd English. So George Floyd was saying he was hooping. So he mistook that to mean George Floyd was admitted to doing drugs. So that's why he put a restraint on his neck. Said because the drug users always give them problem. And the police department said when they catch a drug user, they have to use the maximum restraint. You know, and the jury didn't care whether you understand English or not. Once you sign up to be a police officer, you know, you have to respect somebody and investigate everything the person says. So somebody says they can't breathe, you have to believe that they can't breathe and stop the restraint. So this one told I'm anemic, even if she claims she doesn't understand English, she's black American, she doesn't speak English in the neighborhood, whatever she speaks Ebonics. I told her I'm anemic, and you know, and you have to accommodate me. Your rules can apply to me. I can't be getting up, so I'm going back to Manhattan. I'm too tired to leave, and they told me you're going to go upstairs through the staircase with your anemia. So that's a hate crime. Arrest her, put her in chains. She's not Hitler. This is not a jungle. This is not a jungle for black Americans to be abusing people. So Department of Investigation, this is going on too many times. I've been choked, my green card has been stolen, I've been contacting you. Don't keep protecting these people. There's a Brooklyn Federal Court order in 2013. Even Uganda was telling me about it. So the laws in your favor, keep going to court. I'm going to go to the court. And the person I keep Uganda. Floyd versus City of New York. The Brooklyn court issued an order that this police should stop targeting people based on their color or their ethnicity. So this is just targeted. I told them I'm anemic, I can't go up the staircase. You know, I have the health impairment and there's no elevator. That should have been enough reason for them to let me back on the train. Even there, I think there's no elevator. There's an elevator here. But let's just say maybe what they meant was the elevator was blown, you know, it's damaged or whatever. That's enough reason to let me go back on the train to get off at another station where there's an elevator. So they don't care about lives, and that's terrorism. The Department of Investigation needs to start locking up these evil, you know, bloody souls before they turn this country to a civil war country. What if the white KKK start saying, you know, they also want Trump is president, they also want to start, you know, enforcing their own racial pride. So these bloody souls are going to ignite a civil war. Don't let them get away with this. Including Eric Adams and Al Sharpton, Department of Investigation. This is like a genocide. And the context of 2019, they attacked me with the police, put my green card, choked me. I have the video. Lock up these evil bloody souls now.